Hey everybody, Tim here, Gray Man POTA, amateur radio call sign, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. It is a beautiful sunny fall day here in Indiana, and I'm at Park Kilo 4215, which is the Morgan Monroe State Forest, kind of my backyard. So it's very nice to have this park here and have the ability to come on over here and do Parks on the Air activations, you know, when I need to get out and get away. But today I'm going to do this a little bit differently. I'm going to use the Ranger 80 antenna from REZ Antennas based out of Texas. So the Ranger 80 is Mike's take on a ground mounted vertical that this coil is at the heart of. Now, I'm not going to knock any other manufacturers, but I am going to talk about the highlights of this one. Now, this coil is definitely heavy duty. It's made from anodized aluminum in Delron, which is a manufactured high impact plastic, and it is built like a tank. So this coil will support frequencies from 80 meters all the way up to 15 meters and comes with a standard ground spike that attaches to it. Now, in addition to the ground spike, there is an optional tripod mounting system that you can purchase. Now, I do want to say that this antenna was provided to me. It's a demo unit provided to me to do a review of it, and will be sent back to REZ Antennas when I'm finished with it. But you can purchase this if you are interested directly from REZ Antennas on their website, or you can purchase it both at DX Engineering here in the United States and Moonraker if you're over in Europe from their respective websites. And I'll put links to all those down below. It does have the optional tripod system that is available, and this is a puck that screws into the bottom of the coil, or I guess the coil screws into it, and then you have these three aluminum rods that you then screw into the puck or the tripod system, and that allows you to set this coil up. So once you have all three legs screwed into the tripod base, you can then screw the coil into the top of it. And from there, this also has an additional hook where you can mount or connect some kind of a weight to this if you needed to hold it down if it was in windy conditions. So this is the base of the antenna here. The heart of it, once again, this will support down here on the lower end as low as 80 meters and up here on the top as high as 15 meters. One of the other nice features of the base here is this puck system, and I believe this is also available kind of as a universal puck. So one of the nice features about this puck is it allows for up to 8 4mm male banana plugs to plug into it, so you can have radials out in your field. Now, with the antenna comes 4 33-foot radials with a 4mm banana plug on it that you can just easily attach and pay out your radials as needed. With the, I believe this is 18 gauge wire, easily connect 2 wires to each male plug. So you can do a couple different options. Like I said, 4 33-foot radials come part of the antenna, but if you wanted to do additional lengths, or if you wanted to do more radials, I mean, there's a lot of differing opinions about radials out in the in the kind of the community. But the nice thing is that this allows you the flexibility to test and try different lengths and easily connect them to this and go in and out without having to disassemble the antenna. On the normal vertical mounted antenna that I use, I essentially, between the spike, I put a ring terminal with radial wire coming off of there, and it's in the middle. So if I wanted to change my radials in that example, I would have to dismount the antenna from the spike and to put another ring terminal on there with another amount of terminals, or maybe different lengths. So real nice thing. And like I said, this one comes with the antenna, but it is an option that you can buy this puck for like a universal puck if you had other antennas that you wanted to work with. So the only other piece of this antenna is this is a 7-segment military style whip antenna. It's roughly about 9 feet 3 inches tall that sits on top of the coil. So in addition to the military style whip, you can also use a telescopic whip if you wanted to do some little bit more fine tuning outside of using the collar. This uses a standard 3/8 by 24 thread. So if you wanted to use one that they manufacture or make, or one of the other ones out on the market, you have the flexibility to do that. So as we're set now, we're pretty much ready to walk this thing out in the field and go ahead and put the radials on and get it tuned up for, I think today, 20 meters. We're gonna do 20 meters. That seems to be pretty active. And I just checked the POTA spotting page, and there's a fair number of activators on 20 meters. So we'll start with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and walk this out in the field, get it set up, get the radios laid out, get some coax deployed, and get it tested. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and try to tune for 20 meters. I'm gonna do a couple just kind of rough settings to get us in place, and then we'll work on fine tuning the tuning a little bit better. I am gonna run in 20 meters today. I'm gonna run in the voice portion of 20 meters. So, you know, we're gonna wanna do 14.250 up to 14.350, I think is roughly the general portion of that, of the voice band. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a couple rough adjustments, and then once we see what we've got going on, we can go in and fine tune it a little bit. I'll be right back. All right, so as it sits right here, we're at 1.58 to 1 at roughly 14.14 megahertz. So we're gonna go ahead and adjust this about a half a turn on the collar and see what that changes for us. All right, so by turning the collar half a turn, we've actually brought our resonant frequency up to 14.5, running roughly 1.5 to 1. So what I'm going to do now is kind of bring this back halfway in between where I started and where I wound up. And let's just do another reading real quick. Okay, that looked much better. I'm going to go ahead and bring it up on my phone here so you guys can actually see it. Okay, so that last adjustment brought us up to 1.58 to 1 at about 14.2 something, I think. Let's go ahead and I'm going to actually use the program on my phone for the Rig Expert Pro, just so you guys can follow along. Looking at the settings, we're doing 14 megahertz to 14.35 megahertz. Obviously, our center frequency will be 14.175 megahertz. We're going to be set for 50 ohms, and we're taking 200 points of test in that 350 kc span. Okay, so as it sits right now, our resonant frequency is 14.26, and we are at a 1.55 to 1 SWR at this point. One of the things I always preach when I'm out here doing parks on the air or any kind of portable operations, good enough. Good enough. I know there's a lot of people out there that will spend a lot of time trying to get that standing wave down as low as possible, but this, when you're operating portable, your conditions change. It's not the same from place to place. So the best thing to do is good enough. I think this is good enough. And as if we scan across the rest of the 20 meter band at 14.35, I'm also at 1.56. And I think that's pretty good. That'd be great for me at home. Could I squeeze a little bit more out of this? Absolutely. What am I missing by doing that? I'm missing time on the air. So I think as this sits right now, we're gonna go ahead and jump on the air. So I'm gonna flip the camera back around, get the radio set up, and we'll start calling CQ, see what happens today. So with tuning SWR in this antenna, you know, there's a lot of variables that come into play. If you end up buying one of these or any of these type antennas, you'll find through usage where the good spots are on the coil for each specific band that you want to operate on. That just comes with time and practice. And, you know, of course, you can select it in and around, you know, if you know this spot's good for 20 and this is good for 30 and this is good for 40 and so on. You'll know where those are at. And then when you're here at the park, wherever you're at, everything comes into play around you that may or may not be there the next time you set up in a park. So getting you into that target zone for a rough kind of thing, and then just going in and fine tuning. It took 3 or 4 fine adjustments. I've used this now antenna a couple times, so I kind of knew where 20 meters was at in the coil itself, and then just a couple times to fine tune it into something that we could use out here in the field. So I think it's, from that standpoint, it's a very easy antenna to use. Some of the things I do like about it, just from that standpoint, is it is a solid antenna. And once again, as I said earlier, I'm not trying to knock any other manufacturer. I think that you know, more options on the market are always good. It's good for everybody, especially the operators, because that gives us choice. That gives us, you know, the ability to do different things. CQ Parks on Air, CQ Parks on Air, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on Air from Park Kilo 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on Air and standing by.
Kilo Delta 2 is Zulu Papa Sierra, park to park.
Kilo Delta 2, Zulu Papa Sierra, you are 5-9 into Park Kilo 4215.
Copy of 5-5 into Kilo 4215. You are a 5-5 as well into Kilo 8077 and Kilo 6532 QSL.
What was the last part number?
Kilo 6532, 6532.
All right, I copied the 5-5 into Park Kilo 8077 and Kilo 6532 QSL.
QSL, that is correct. Thank you for activating 73.
All right, thank you. You guys have a great activation too, 73. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ.
Kilo Delta 9, Romeo Papa Echo.
Kilo Delta 9, Romeo Papa Delta, you are 5-9 into Park Kilo 4215.
Roger, roger, correction, it's Romeo Papa Echo, Echo.
All right, I made the correction, Kilo Delta 9, Romeo Papa Echo, 5-9 into Park Kilo 4215.
Roger, roger, you're a 5-9 Whiskey India.
All right, thank you for the 5-9. You have a great afternoon, 73. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ.
Whiskey Tango 3 Bravo.
Whiskey Tango 3 Bravo, you are 5-9 into Park Kilo 4215.
Yeah, copy the 5-9, Tim. You're pretty strong here, about a 5-8 in western North Carolina.
All right, thank you for the 5-8 in North Carolina. You have a great afternoon, 73.
7-3, you too, Tim.
All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ.
November 3 Romeo Foxtrot.
November 3 Romeo Foxtrot, you are 5-9 into Park Kilo 4215.
Thank you very much, and great signal 5-9 here as well into central Pennsylvania.
All right, thank you for the 5-9 into Pennsylvania. You have a great afternoon at 73.
Thanks, 73.
November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ.
Kilo 4 Victor Bravo Mike.
Kilo 4 Victor Bravo Mike, you are 5-9 into Park Kilo 4215.
USA with 5-9's got you about a 54-54 near Atlanta, Georgia. Name is Bob, and thanks for the activation.
All right, Bob, I copied the 5-4 into Atlanta, Georgia. You have a great afternoon at 73.
Kilo Charlie 3 November Quebec Bravo.
November Quebec Bravo Station.
Kilo Charlie 3 Nancy Queen Baker.
Kilo Charlie 3, November Queen Baker. You are 5'9" and depart Kilo 4215.
Thank you. You're 5'7", 5'7" EPA.
All right, I copy to 5'7" into Pennsylvania. You have a great afternoon in 73.
Yep, you too.
Well, that was 59 contacts in the books. A lot of East Coast stations. Got one down in Texas. Actually got a couple as far out as Nebraska and up into Ontario, Canada. So all in all, I think this is a very successful activation. Obviously, 10 is successful. Actually, the fact that I am out here and I am doing what I enjoy outside, that is a successful activation. But 59 of them in the log today. Definitely a good antenna, like I had mentioned earlier. This is something that I'm going to be personally buying because I like the antenna that much. I like the construction, and I like the fact that it's built to last. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. If you like this content, make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel and share this content with your friends. And hopefully one day we'll catch you on the air. But until then, I've got a video right over here that I think you might be interested in.